All right, welcome everyone to this Thursday night's edition of Southern Woods and Waters. And I tell you what, we've got a great show for you lined up tonight. We have with us tonight Tanner Hale. And Tanner Hale is with the MTSU Collegiate Bass Fishing Team. And why is he on here? Because I want kids to know. Kids just graduated out of high school. They're looking for a place to go. They're making up their mind what college they're going to attend, or mom and dad gathering up all the things to ship them out to that college or someplace. But this is something they need to know if they're interested about bass fishing or fishing in general, or want to just be a part of a club. And you know how easy it is to go into a college and you're a freshman. No, it's not easy. You don't know hardly anybody. This is a great way for the kids to get to know somebody. Fish with them. I promise you'll get to know them a whole lot better and a whole lot quicker and make a whole lot better friends doing it this way. That's why now to introduce my guest to you tonight, I have with me tonight Tanner Hale. Tanner, thank you so much for being here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm enjoying it.
Well, now you and I haven't fished. We're going fishing, but I met you through your mother.
Yes, sir.
Christy Hale.
Yes,
She's the owner and proprietor of Brown's Florist in Hendersonville, Tennessee. We couldn't get her on here.
No, she wasn't.
We tried dragging, that didn't work.
She wasn't having it. She wasn't having any of this.
On Carolina regularly.
Yeah. We might have had some trouble getting her in the net to get her out here, but she definitely, she's awesome to have in my life. But I don't think this was for her. But I'm glad though that she's here to support me today.
Well,
so.
I tell you what, it's always good to have the parents support you in everything you do. But first off, you fish for Middle Tennessee State University.
Yes, sir.
How many teams do they have now? They have.
You just talking like school, like in general?
Just the college, just the MTSU's teams.
Honestly, we've got everything you can think of, like ranging, from every sport that everybody's going to know, your footballs, basketballs, baseballs. As far as club goes, there's a very wide variety. I know some people who are, their swim, the swim team.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's, we have the bass fishing team. I mean, there's just really, honestly, anything you can.
Do y'all have?
We have on our team. We have right now. We've got 12 members on our team, and we actually had we had 2 guys graduate this past year. So we'll, be definitely looking to fill those spots and extend and grow our team.
Well, here's what I want to ask, because you've got MTSU. There's UT Martin, UT Chattanooga. You've got what's the one? Gary Mason in
Bethel. Yes, sir.
Bethel University. All these colleges are giving scholarships, and there are also those that don't have scholarships just yet are starting these collegiate bass fishing teams, and it's just another way for the college to compete against other colleges, and it is sanctioned.
Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, it's definitely something. This is really my first year to be a part of it. My first 2 years I was in school, I actually attended Cumberland University. I played football there.
Right.
So this is my first. I finished up my first year at MTSU, and I've kept up, keeping up with bass fishing stuff. I knew that the college stuff was going on, and it's definitely growing and growing and growing each year. Just like everything in fishing is. Every year new stuff's coming out, and everything is growing and getting bigger. But from the college standpoint, more and more schools are coming, popping up that with programs, that never had one. And in our area, we're actually fortunate that most of the schools around here, they're all pretty competitive. We've got some good lakes to fish around here and stuff. So, everybody gets pretty good, going out and practicing like around here. So, usually the schools that you mentioned, they're the ones that are doing, good when we go to these college tournaments. But I guess the biggest thing with it is just like the fact that, the sponsors that the programs have, they make all of it possible. Without them, it's hard being a college kid to go out. How much expensive it is, gas, hotels, all that stuff. But the programs that are really the premier programs, their sponsorship is absolutely unbelievable. Those guys are taken care of just like full-time professional bass fishermen. When they go to a tournament, they are paying nothing out of pocket. I mean, it is all because of the sponsors that they have that are helping take care of everything.
Well, they just recently had, what was it, the FLW put on the children's high school championships, then the collegiate championships, $30,000.
Yeah.
First place money.
Yeah, I mean it's
and that goes towards your tuition or your scholarship, but that's 30 grand.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to make a club grow. I mean if you get to go out there and win a few tournaments, I mean that money is something that's coming right back to your club, and it's giving y'all a lot of opportunities. You know, I know some teams out there have, you know, not everybody's fortunate to own a bass boat, so you know there's some teams out there that have been fortunate enough to, you know, come in contact with other boat companies and stuff, and you know their team might only have 2 or 3 boats to, you know, flip-flop between 5 or 6 2-man teams, but you know those bass boats are fully rigged, you know.
Well, wouldn't it make sense, and I know it has to make sense, just like when you got a football team, you may have a strong pass defense but a weak running defense. You see what I'm saying? You might have a strong passing offense and a weak running offense. So the lakes that you go to, I would try and choose who's going to be the better qualified to fish that lake. And I think that's what some of these colleges are doing.
Oh, absolutely. You know, when we fish, you know, if we're fishing the FLW college series, we're fortunate enough we can fish just about any of them we want to. And, you know, it's just usually it's specific to the region that your school is in. You know, they usually won't let you travel around and go everywhere. So, but, you know, we might go all the way down to Florida and, you know, fish a tournament in January down on like Okeechobee, and you know that's something that none of us up here are necessarily accustomed to. So ideally, you know, you wouldn't want to send somebody on your team whose their predominant thing is fishing offshore,
or
you would
fishing clear water.
Oh yeah, so you're going to look for, you know, somebody who maybe grew up fishing somewhere,
flipping and pitching.
Yeah, somebody exactly doing stuff like that, and you know you're going to send somebody down there and, you know, hope that they can try to figure something out, knowing, you know, you're coming to some other school's backyard and it's going to be, you know, a bit of a struggle. But, you know, that's how any tournament is that you travel around and do.
Well, let me ask you, though, with that in mind, with that kind of mentality, and the coaches, in each college team has a coach.
Oh, yes.
With that in mind, with these coaches, are they also like, say you were a great flipping and pitching guy, and they send you to Okeechobee, you come back with a first or third win. Y'all hold a meeting after that, and then everybody gets to sit in that meeting, and they all get to learn about what technique did you use, and you make your whole team stronger doing that way.
Oh, yeah, we definitely, you know, the best part about it is, and you know, I've grown up playing sports my whole life, and I've always loved having that team atmosphere. You know, that's just what I've grown up with, and it's no different, you know, with a fishing team. You know, you're out there fishing. I guess when I first started fishing tournaments, you know, I was fishing individually, and it's kind of a change of pace.
You and I talked about this.
Yeah, when it's a change of pace when you have to go from, you know, not necessarily worrying just about yourself, but, you know, you get points every event. You're not only getting points for yourself, but you're getting points for your school, because they do School of the Year and stuff like that. But, you know, when we're going off to a tournament and we're practicing, we're constantly, hey, what'd y'all figure out today? Or, you know, what did y'all do that didn't work that, you know, we'll be like, oh, you know, we did this, and y'all know y'all were doing something similar, but hey, try this, and you might be able to catch a few more. So, you know, everybody wants to see everybody do good, and that's the coolest part about it in my eyes. You know, everybody wants to win. You know, that's just the competitive nature for everybody. But, you know, that definitely, like you said, you know, after a tournament, everybody's always chit-chatting amongst each other like, you know, this is how we did. You know, I know that we've pulled up on a map, and some people have just specifically been like, you know, we were on this ledge, or, you know, we fished this point, this specific pocket, you know, whatever it may be. But, you know,
we caught a 5-pounder on this point, and we caught a 6 on this one. And
absolutely. So yeah, just something definitely, you know, in the years past, because, you know, freshmen, they're going to get to fish 4 more years. A senior, you know, it doesn't do him any good to withhold, you know, so they hold information. So, you know, it definitely stuff. It's always a learning curve, I guess, and, you know, everybody has a chance to.
That's why I think it's a great idea to have high school and collegiate bass fishing in schools.
Absolutely.
I think that you really do depend on your partner or the other team in the boat or the other team that's across the lake. I think you'd highly depend on them. Hey, speaking of people that we depend on our sponsors. And right now we need to take a sponsor break. And when we come back, we're going to sit here and talk more in depth with Tanner about how to get involved, how you can get involved, how your children can get involved. So hurry back to more of Southern Woods and Waters.